says, you could parrot me and it wouldn't do any good. You know, you have to know it. It's about knowingness. It's not about belief. Yeah, so I told the guy, I says, don't tell me what you believe, tell me what you know. Yeah. Woo! Yeah. Yeah. Tough guy. Anyway.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
Because there's so much based around belief. Like
right.
if you believe, then you have the faith.
Right.
And then you have a knowing.
Right.
So does everything else just melt away? And then it's just a knowing? Like someone may say they believe that they're psychic.
Yeah.
So if they know, does that mean they no longer believe because they just know?
Yeah, it's like, to me, the way I look at it, it's all just semantics at some point, but the belief is a substitute for knowing. That's the way it is in this bundle of words, you know, that I take to be truth. That belief is a substitute for knowledge. You know, people are busy having metaphysical arguments. You go on the internet to some of the Advaita sites, you know, and these guys are, you know, they go ad hominem really quickly, and which is a fallacious argument, of course, and they're beating each other up in the name of non-duality. You know, it's kind of funny to watch. So yeah, that's the way I see it. You know, in the metaphysical world, you know, meta means beyond the physical. Basically, you're arguing about stuff that you can't see. So about all that's going to be settled there, because you can't prove any of your arguments. There's nothing there that you can measure. About all that's going to be decided is who's the best arguer, you know, in the whole thing. And I guess if that's what you need, it's like you might as well just take up boxing, you know. Yeah. Yeah.
I've just heard so many aspects of it, like, well, if you have faith, if you believe,
right.
or, you know, if you know, and
right.
to me it seemed like the faith and believing is...
To me, the faith isn't in time, to me. What faith is what's something that's happening right now. And I guess you could call it faith, you know, but to me now it's the knowingness that everything is whole and complete. And when I have faith that no matter how, it's not about something I project into the future, there's just the faith that, you know, when I sit down in a chair that it's going to support my weight, you know, I guess you could say that's faith. We operate on faith all the time. You know, we always have faith. You get in your car, you kind of have, you know, maybe it's an old car, you're living in hope. I hope my car starts, you know, but most of the time you just sit in there and it's like, it's prior to mind, this faith, you know, it's like it's a confidence that you're, I don't know, you know, I can just talk myself into circles about it, but with this certainty, it's almost like faith isn't necessary anymore either. There's just this knowingness.
It's just the knowing of the thing,
right,
isn't it?
right. But you know, I could dig. I mean, we could really go on and on and on about, you know, what is faith, you know. And so tell me your question again. I guess that's the best.
My question was because lately,
you want to take the microphone, please?
Well, lately I've had people ask me, well, is this what you believe?
Right.
Or is this your faith?
Yeah.
And I say, well, this is just what I know inside of me. I don't know what you know, and I'm not saying I know everything.
Right.
It's kind of, I guess I was asking a question in reference to questions that are being asked to me lately. Oh, is this a belief? Oh, do you believe that? Or, oh, you have faith that this is what's happening in my life. I just know it's going to be okay. I know I'm on the right path.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the wording is interesting.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like someone asked me, don't I believe in prayer?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I believe in intention. And my Nana actually said, well, what's an intention?
Mm-hmm.
What do you consider it? I said, it's prayer with a contract.
Interesting.
In my perception, it's when I said an intention, it's like co-creation. So I was wondering, is it when you feel like it's you know that's happening,
Mm-hmm.
does it like go past the belief and past the faith?
Mm-hmm. Well, to me, a belief would be, I guess if I were to describe it, I don't know how close I am to the dictionary, or a belief would be that would be the assuming that something's improved without direct proof that it's true, without, scientific method, or whatever, some way of determining that at all times, in all circumstances, this particular phenomena is going to occur if the conditions are such. But yeah, I mean, that's they talk about it in the Vedas, as far as whether or not you should, whether self-inquiry is going to be efficacious for you, whether it's going to work. And basically they say that if you can't figure it out for yourself, you find a guru and you watch them and see whether you can have faith in their words, In other words, enough not to just blindly accept them, but to consider them. You have faith in him enough only just to consider what he has to say, he or she has to say. And then that's how faith is used there. It's called Shraddha, the Shraddha, but it's a specific faith. Then with that, then there's Shravana, then there's Manana, which is basically consider it the level of intellect, and then finally meditate on it, or they call it Nididhyasana, which means to meditate on it at the level of the heart. You integrate it, it goes through the intellect, you say, okay, it passes muster there, and then you let it drop into the heart, If you run it through the internet, through the intellect, it's guarding the gate, whether you like it or not, until it's seen through and takes its proper place as the servant of you and not the master of you. It's not like we're trying to get rid of the intellect. A lot of people say, oh, my feelings are what's important. The intellect is a problem. The intellect is a very useful tool. It's just, when it becomes the master, that's problematic, because it's unsure of itself. For good reason, because it's been given the job of being you, and it's not you. But it doesn't mean you have to destroy it and walk around like a dummy. It's not the idea. And it's a very powerful and useful tool. Papaji said, yes, I have ego, which is intellect. She serves me well. I have no enmity toward her. She keeps my house in order. And I don't know why he said she, but Papaji, he's a Krishna devotee, and there was times when he used to cross-dress in order to be more attractive to Krishna. It's kind of interesting. There's a whole sect of people in northern India that do exactly that, and they even go through pseudo-men, they go through pseudo-men's periods. It's quite interesting, I'm not finding, it's not even, they're dead serious, they want a vision of Krishna, that's what they're looking for, and they're doing every possible ploy they can do to get it. And it's quite interesting. A lot of fun stuff is going on in India.
Trip to India.
Yeah, right. So maybe that's why he was saying she. Who knows? All that stuff just kind of, all those sharp edges on those identities just kind of drop away, and they're just not important anymore because you're no longer defined by them.